There's a moment right after you get paid where you feel okay. Not rich, not secure, just relieved. Like you can finally breathe again. But then, a few days pass, and somehow you're right back to checking your account the same way you were before. Careful, calculated, a little anxious, like nothing actually changed. And that's the part that doesn't make sense. Because you're not irresponsible, you're not lazy, you're actually trying. So why does it feel like no matter how many times you get paid, you're always starting over? In this video, I'm going to break down 10 personal finance mistakes that don't feel like mistakes, but quietly keep you stuck in the same financial loop. And the first one feels like the smart thing to do, but it's exactly what keeps most beginners broke. The first mistake, saving what's left instead of deciding what stays. And it sounds responsible. Spend what you need, save whatever remains. That's what most people do. But here's the problem. There's almost never anything left. Think about it. Your money comes in and immediately gets assigned, just not by you. Bills take their cut, food takes its cut, subscriptions quietly chip away, and before you even realize it, your income is gone. Not because you're reckless, but because you never told it where to go first. So it just went. And this is where most beginners get stuck. They believe saving is something you do after everything else is handled. But the truth, saving is what you do before anything else even has a chance. Because money doesn't wait. It flows to whatever is easiest, fastest, and most immediate. And if savings isn't built into that flow, it gets whatever is left over, which is usually nothing. Pause for a second, be honest. How many times have you said, I'll save the next month when things get better, and then next month comes, and it's the same story, just different numbers? That's not a discipline problem, that's a system problem. Because the people who actually build wealth don't rely on leftovers. They remove the decision entirely before they spend a dollar. Portion is already gone, not lost, protected. And that's the shift most people miss. You don't save after you spend. You spend what's left after you save. And it looks like a small difference until you zoom out, because over a time, that one shift changes everything. And here's where it gets worse. Even if you do start saving, most people still make mistake number 2. Thinking saving money is the same as building wealth. At first, it feels like progress. Your account balance goes up. You feel more in control, less stressed. You start telling yourself, okay, I'm finally doing the right thing. But here's what most people don't see. Your money isn't actually growing. It's just sitting there, and slowly, quietly, it's losing value. Not in a way you can see day to day, but in a way that compounds over time. Because while your money is sitting still, everything around you is getting more expensive. Food, rent, gas, life. So even though your balance is increasing, your buying power is shrinking. And that's the part nobody explains when you first start. Saving protects your money, but it doesn't multiply it. And if your money isn't growing, you are falling behind, just more comfortably. And this is where beginners get trapped, because saving feels safe, investing feels risky, so they stay in what feels comfortable, not realizing the real risk is staying still. If your money isn't making money, then all the pressure stays on you, your time, your effort, your energy. You become the system, and that's exhausting, because no matter how hard you work, there's a limit to how much you can earn. But there is no limit to how much money can grow. And once you see that, you can't go back to just saving and hoping, because hope doesn't compound, action does. Money sitting still doesn't multiply, it stagnates. Mistake number 3. You finally make more money and somehow your life doesn't feel better. Let me explain. There was a time not long ago where the amount you make right now would have felt like freedom. You would have said, if I could just get there, I'd be good. No stress, no pressure, no more worrying. But now you're here and it doesn't feel like freedom. You are still calculating, still hesitating before spending, still waiting for the next paycheck to feel okay again. So what happened? You didn't mess up. You adapted quietly without noticing. Because the moment your income increased, your life adjusted to absorb it. You stopped checking prices, started saying it's not that expensive, chose convenience over effort, and none of it felt wrong. It felt earned. But here's the part nobody tells you. Your lifestyle doesn't wait for permission to grow. It expands automatically to match whatever you give it. So now, you're earning more than you ever have, but you are still living with the same pressure. Pause for a second. Be real with yourself. If your income disappeared for 1 month, how long would your current lifestyle survive? You didn't just increase your income, you increased your baseline. Your normal got more expensive, and now you have to maintain it every single month. That's why people feel stuck, even when they're doing better, even if they get that position they've been working for years. And with that raise comes the treadmill. You're running faster, but you're not going anywhere. Which is why most people stay in the same place for years, even decades, because they think the answer is just make more. But more money doesn't create space, it just creates more pressure until you control what you spend and how you spend. Mistake number 4. Losing money in ways that are too small to notice. This is where people get defensive, because if I ask you, are you wasting money? You probably say no. You're not out here making crazy purchases. You're not reckless. You're not blowing thousands overnight. And that's exactly why this works against you. Because the damage isn't obvious, it's quiet. How many subscriptions you are paying for that you barely use? Subscriptions you forgot to cancel. Subscriptions you thought would benefit you but are still lurking in the background, slowly eating away at your income. Money leaving your account without awareness, that's the real problem. Not the amount, the lack of attention. Because anything you don't pay attention to starts to control you. Even when people start noticing these leaks, they try to fix everything at once, cut everything, restrict everything, overcorrect, and it never lasts. Because the real issue isn't the spending itself, it's the system behind it, which leads straight into mistake number 5. Trying to manage money without a system. Most people are trying to manage money without a system. This is where they think they're doing things right. You check your balance. You try to be mindful. You tell yourself, I'll spend less this week. And for a few days, it works. You feel in control, disciplined, focused, but then life happens. Something unexpected comes up. You get tired. You stop paying attention for just a moment. And everything resets back to zero because you're relying on memory and willpower to manage something that requires structure. If there's no clear structure, no clear path where your money can consistently follow, it will outpour into things that won't build your future. And that's called cash flow. Cash flow is deciding where your money goes, whether it goes into investing, whether it goes into assets, whether it goes into expenses. You have to monitor where your money goes, for without a clear system, money will only keep spilling out without any direction. Because your financial progress depends on how you feel this day, whether that's tomorrow. Motivated, you save. Tired, you spend. Stressed, you justify. And suddenly, your results are inconsistent. but because you lack a system that works without discipline. You have to have a gap between what you spend and what you invest. That's the difference between people who stay stuck and people who slowly and quietly build control. Mistake number 6. Living like nothing can go wrong. If something unexpected happened tomorrow, how much space do you actually have? Would you absorb it, or would everything start collapsing? That's the difference between stability and the illusion of stability. Because most people don't realize they are not secure, they are just uninterrupted. And the moment that interruption happens, reality shows up fast. This is why one small event can undo months, even years of progress. Because you built everything too closely together, too dependent, and too exposed. Peace doesn't come from earning more. It comes from having space, having that margin. Because when you have that, problems don't feel like disasters. They feel manageable. And without margin, even small problems feel overwhelming. And this is where most beginners get it wrong. They focus on growing before they stabilize, which leads straight into mistake number 7. Avoiding investing because it feels complicated. Most beginners wait. I'll learn more first. I'll start when I have more money. I don't want to lose anything. It sounds like the smart thing to do. But here's what's actually happening. You're losing time, your most precious asset. And time is the only thing you can never get back. Because money doesn't grow from how much you put in. It grows from how long it stays invested, how long it stays to compound, how much time given to it to grow. That's it. Most people miss this window completely because they hesitate, and hesitation is the most expensive mistake on this list. You don't need perfect knowledge, you need exposure, because the longer you stay out, the further behind you'll fall. But even when people finally invest, they still make mistake number 8. Trying to be perfect instead of being consistent. People want the right stock. They want the perfect timing, the best strategy. They wait, they restart, they reset, over and over, not doing anything. Meanwhile, the market doesn't care. It rewards consistency, not perfection. Small amounts repeated over time. That's what builds results, not big emotional decisions. The only thing that matters is that you start. Once you start, the journey finally begins. And only through beginning, you will find growth. And most people never do, because they are too focused on the outcome, not the behavior, which leads to mistake number 9. Ignoring your behavior and blaming your income. We already saw what happens when income increases. Nothing changes. If your habits stay the same, more money just magnifies the problem, not fixes it. If you can't manage to invest $1,000, $10,000 won't save you. This is where most people get stuck. They chase income without understanding money management, instead of fixing the way they handle it. But in order to scale, you have to control your emotions and your behavior. Until you fix this pattern, you'll keep recreating the same results, just with different numbers. And the final mistake is the one that keeps everything locked in place. Mistake number 10. Thinking you have more time than you actually do. This one is quiet, no urgency, no pressure, just I'll start later. Later when things settle down. Later when you earn more. Later when it feels right. But later is where most plans go to die. Because time doesn't announce itself when it leaves. It just goes. And the cost, you don't feel it immediately. But years later, you wish you started sooner. Everyone does. The difference between where you are now and where you could be isn't a massive effort. its small actions started earlier. At this point, it's not about knowing more. You already know enough. This isn't a knowledge problem. You've seen the way money slips, the way it stalls, the way it quietly resets you without realizing. And maybe this felt a little too uncomfortable. Good, because that means something clicked. So now the question isn't what should I do? It's what am I going to stop ignoring? Because nothing changes overnight, but everything changes the moment you stop repeating the same actions. And if this means you pause, even for a second, send it to someone who's been saying, I need more money before I can do anything. And please, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos coming your way.